Distracted. Increase following distance.
Harsh event detected.
Fasten seatbelt.
Looking to come into the trucking industry to gain a little bit more freedom in a new career? Well, you might want to think again. The industry is ever evolving, and companies like Prime are doing the same thing. So there's two big changes Prime's about to make. Let's talk about them. Before we get into today's video, I want to talk to you guys about a business management software that's been tailored for trucking by owner operator Prime. OTR on the revenue. If you guys are a lease op, owner op, especially with Prime in the trucking industry, you want to check out OTR today, guys. This thing's going to keep track of your loads, your revenue, your fuel, everything. Tax deductions, expenses, the whole 9 yards. Don't forget to put Freight Skater in the referral section. Get you a free 30-day free trial, which is $15 a month after that. Check it out today. All right, guys. If you follow Prime, you follow them on YouTube, you follow them on Facebook, you probably already know the weekly safety staple, and I'm gonna throw it up right here, made a couple bold statements. Number one, the pilot PC program, which is the restriction of PC by permission only. A driver has to seek permission to use PC, personal conveyance, from their log advisor before they can actually use it now. That is going to be placed into effect fleet-wide, Prime-wide this summer. No ifs, ands, no buts, no questions, nothing. So guys, for those of you who know and have been here as long as I have or longer, Prime used to have a system where they would take the PC, if you abused it, you'd lose it, 3 strikes, you're out. So you would lose it for X amount of length of time, get it back, lose it again for a longer amount of time, get it back, abuse it again, you'd lose it. They done away with that. Apparently that didn't work. It's about to be restricted fleet-wide. So even if you've never abused PC the entire time you've been here at Prime, and you've never lost it, you're still on the docket. So only you have to ask permission to use it. So the second thing you need to know about the weekly safety staple that was posted on the 15th on the Prime app made it very clear that new technology is being tested, and driver-facing inward cameras are not off the docket yet. So they are looking at new units for the E-logs that will replace the Qualcomm, outward-facing cameras, and driver inward-facing cameras. And let's take a look at the safety meeting from Friday. At the end of the safety meeting, let's see what got said.
I can take my truck to Bay 21. You can put a camera in there today. I'll volunteer it.
I'm going to introduce our next speaker. You know him as our CEO and founder, Robert Lowe, but I'm going to introduce him as one of the very first folks testing some inward-facing technology in their vehicle. Good morning.
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you I love it. Man, that thing is smart. You know, knows if your seatbelt ain't on right, if you touch your phone, you know, that thing's really smart. But we're looking at it, we're testing it, and we're, likely going to do some of it. So, technology is moving on. The public, this was very compelling video, right? Very compelling. And it's absolutely the truth. You all see it out there on the highways. We got to be paying attention. And if we're not, we need to correct it. So we're all about that.
All right, guys, as you can tell, Robert Lowe, the owner and CEO, is apparently on board with some of this technology because he's testing it himself. And also, as you saw in the clip, we have drivers jumping to make sure that they can get these cameras in their truck. That being said, we also have a lot of drivers that don't like this idea. And the reason that they may not like the idea, there's several. They may have never had a safety issue at all. No driver at fault wrecks, accidents, tickets, nothing. Okay? If they've been trusted with their trucks, trailers, and freight for this amount of time, they probably don't feel that it's necessary to have a driver-facing camera on their face. Sources from the inside Prime that I know have told me the possibility of them using a certain type of technology is from a company called Samsara. The weekly safety staple, it says the driver inward-facing cameras will not record video. It only detects things like driver inattentiveness, driver distractions, things of that nature. And it makes a certain audible sound too while you're in the cab. Let's take a look at this
Distracted.
video from Samsara and see if it actually does record video.
Distracted. Distracted. Distracted.
Well, guys, I don't know about you, but if what they said is true on the weekly safety stable, they cannot be using Samsara, because Samsara obviously records video. When that guy ran that stop sign, a notification got sent to apparently his boss or fleet manager's phone or safety's phone, and immediately was able to look at the full in-cab video of that driver that just ran that stop sign. So guys, we're being told these things. We don't know for sure about what's going to happen, but it's not all bad. The unit that's supposed to replace the Qualcomm, we have a friend that actually is doing this right now, and the actual hardware that replaced that Qualcomm, he loves it. He says he'll never go back to the Qualcomm. But that doesn't mean that he's going to like the driver inward-facing camera. I'd be fine if they would put the technology in the truck, but just allow us to not use it unless we became a safety risk or ended up getting X amount of critical events or had to come in and do safety classes and stuff like that. Let's get the metrics on the drivers. I feel like we should probably get the metrics on the drivers that are the issue. What's the demographic? Is it the 1-year drivers, the 2-year drivers, the 5-year drivers, the 10-year drivers? Is it a certain division? What's the deal? Seems like with PC and this driver inward facing camera, in the name of safety and CSA scores, we're going to punish everybody. In my personal opinion, I don't feel like that's good. And safety is not going to look at it as punishing. They're going to look at it as safeguarding. In fact, there are drivers on social media right now, as this post you can see right here, that is almost guaranteeing that if you put it in your vehicle, that it will save your life. And they want to know why you wouldn't want it if it guarantees to save your life. I don't know about you, but I don't know how an inward-facing camera is going to save my life. It seems like an inward-facing camera would probably be an easy way to get rid of me as a driver if I make the wrong mistakes. Now, you're going to have people that have all kinds of different opinions. They're going to say, well, if you weren't doing anything wrong, you wouldn't need that camera. You wouldn't have to be worried about the camera on you. But then you got to think about it. This is not only where we work, this is where we live, okay? So when you're out away from your home and your home life and your family for months at a time, this is your privacy. And you'll have other people that argue, well, the cab is where you work. You should be living in the sleeper. No, this whole truck is our living space. So for us, we don't agree with the driver inward-facing cameras. Me and Mama are fine. They want to put an outward-facing camera. We're all for that. Regular outward-facing cameras, and they even said in the staple meeting that they understand most drivers at Prime already have their own technology, and we are no different.
Us personally, our dash cam has saved us several times.
Yep, it has. It saved us several times. It's proved that we were not at fault for several accidents.
And they didn't even need to see our faces to see that.
And they didn't even need to see our faces to see that. Why all of a sudden we need to be seen while we're driving? I think it's more of an industry fad or trend more than it is about safety. That's my personal opinion. Because all these other companies are going to it. You've got Mercer, Walmart, ABF. I mean, the list just goes on and on. The reason they're going to it, in my opinion, is micromanagement. This is micromanagement of drivers. In my eyes, we need to get the metrics on the drivers that are the problem drivers. We need to implement it on them first. Company side first. The lease and owner ops, the guys that actually pay the money to be here in Prime, I don't feel like we should be subjected to that unless we're a safety risk or a safety issue. There's going to be other people out there that are going to say, hey, if you don't like it, you don't have to drive for Prime. We understand that 100%. Is it something that's going to make me leave Prime? No, not that I can see from the moment. We love Prime. We always have. But there was another comment on Facebook that said, ultimately, you got to do the best thing that is the best decision. You got to make the best decision for your business. This is Robert Lowe's business. If he feels like it's the best decision for his business, he's going to do it. That is a fact. So you can't deny that. As much as we may not like it, if it is Robert Lowe's decision ultimately, then that's the way it should be. This is his company. He built it from the ground up with his family. That's the way it should be. But it doesn't stop us as drivers, as operators, people coming into Prime, to voice your opinion, voice your feedback, voice what you think to safety. Safety's encouraging it on the weekly safety staple. They want you guys to give that feedback. Reach out to them, tell them what you think, give them your honest opinion. Be professional though, and have your reasons, guys. Don't just say, well, I ain't gonna have no camera on me because I don't like no cameras. I don't like cameras. No, give them the reason, guys. Now, for us, it's invasion of privacy, the possibility of micromanagement when we pay money to be here, and we're here for that freedom. That's the whole reason we're leased. Buying a truck is for that freedom. We don't see ourselves going anywhere. We love Prime. Doesn't mean we like this decision that they're making. But guys, tell me what you think in the comments below. If we were like the first company kicking this off, oh yeah, I would be like, man, this is crazy. Like but we've been told for years. We've been told for years that we would not be going to driver-facing cameras, and apparently that's changing. And I just don't understand why. Because like me and Ainge said earlier, we've always been able to prove the fault of the accident, the fault of the issue through an outward-facing camera. Always. Never had to say. Nobody.
Never asked by claims, what were you doing?
Yeah, nobody from the insurance, nobody from safety, nobody ever said, hey, okay, I see you got the outward-facing camera that shows the accident. Do you have a camera facing you that showed what you were doing at the time? Not once. Has anybody ever heard that? Ever? Like, why now?
They
You know what I'm
say
saying?
we saw everything we needed
To us, exactly. To us, it just seems like it's a industry-wide technology trend. So it seems like it's a fad at that point. Everybody's going to it, so we need to do it, you know. So CYA, Prime has always taught you that. Cover your assets. CYA, get yourself your own camera system for the inside of the truck if you don't already have it. And we'll talk about some cameras here in the next couple videos. We also have a camera display, camera setup that we just installed on Invictus. We're going to go over that, guys, and it's going to be a pretty good video. So that's all we got for you today. I hope this brings you to light on what's going on. The more information we get, we will definitely, know about it. So like I said, restricted PC, Prime's testing out new hardware for the trucks that will replace the Qualcomm, possible forward-facing and inward-facing cameras. We don't know the actual company that they're testing with. They're hinting, I've had hints of Samsara, but I'm not sure. That's not a definite, and we don't know when that will be released. We don't know when that will go to the masses, and we don't even know how many trucks they're going to be testing. But as far as the weekly safety staple goes, everybody's going to be restricted on PC by the summer of this year, 2023, and they are moving forward with this technology to test for in the cab. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Till the next one, stay safe, seatbelt on, 10 and 2, eyes ahead, Race Gator out.
Fasten
Harsh
seatbelt.
event detected.
Put down phone.
Put down
Fasten
phone.
seatbelt. Distracted.
Harsh event
Distracted.
detected.